Okay, boys and squirrels, we're back here in the engine bay of the Spitfire. Nothing's really changed since you guys have last seen it, but I'm gonna look into getting these carbs tuned up by a professional because I don't really wanna, like, I can go through them all and stuff, but I don't know anything about carbs. But actually these are little twin SUs, and the Spitfire up north has a big boy. Sorry, those are twin HS2s. This is an HS4. So instead of being a quarter or an inch and a quarter, it's an inch and a half opening or something like that. So there's more sucks going on with this boy. But more sucks and more squirts. Mainly more sucks. You can make anything squirt if you want it to. But so what we're doing today is we're gonna change these boys out. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all the spark plugs, inspect them, and after we're done inspecting them, we can gap and put the new ones in and replace all the wires and the distributor cap and rotor, and then we'll know everything's nice and new there. I'm not gonna touch the condenser, but should be okay. I still have to finish up with the oil cooler setup here. I gotta thread those or put some tape around those lines just to keep the oil from squirting out of those threads. Did it down there already. See, I left my wrenches there, and yeah, I'm gonna have to still fabricate a mount for that, so that'll be another video making the mounts for these. I'm not gonna do it today because I want to do it outside where there's a lot more oxygen for me, but it's raining outside, so we'll do that another day. Oh, one more thing. We are going to change the thermostat. The reason being is I feel like it. And it's cheap, so might as well do it. I'm going to go ahead and pop this boy off. Just like that, out of the way. Take 2 fingers. Pop that boy out of the way. As you can see, it's identical. Most likely ordered from the same place pretty much. But I guess it's kind of going to be hard to see. Let me see how close I can focus. So, don't mind my nails, but one's super dirty and corroded, the other one's super clean. So we're going to put the clean boy in here. Simply pop her back on. There we go, she's in place. And next is your cap. As you can see, to match it up, there's basically a little notch right there, and that'll show you where this is gonna go, just like that. And that notch is for this little notch right there. So what I'm gonna do is line this one up. Let's try it again. Line this boy up like that. Put this out of the way. And once this is, oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. There, once this is in place, pop these little snappy boys back on here. And now we can just transfer each one of these plugs over. So, starting with this boy. So that's how we do that and get those all in place. But that's just so I remember where everything goes. We're gonna actually go ahead and replace everything here one by one, and I'll show you how we're gonna do all that. So it's important to note that obviously not all these are gonna be this, or none of them are gonna be the same size. So you kind of just take one off and match the correct length, basically. And I think we start a wave here, so it'll be cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. And it starts closest to this wheel and works its way around this way. Except there's a little bit of a bamboozle where these are kind of swapped, but that's okay. It's the easiest way to do this is either take a picture of it all to put it back together, or you just take one at a time, match the length, and it should work. Or just, use common sense to see that This is the longest one, and this lead comes right from your coil. So we can go ahead and do that one first because it's the easiest one. Just pop her off, just like that. New one's a clean boy. So should be all squeezed to the bottom nice. She's gonna have that same kink to it after a while, but yeah, these aren't in bad shape at all, but I figured I'd replace them anyway just in case, so everything's new. And actually we're probably gonna reuse these on the old Spitfire up north if anything breaks, so I always keep in the extra parts just in case they're still good, because it was working fine when I pulled it in here, so there was no need to actually do any of this stuff. I just felt like doing a tune-up, so that's why we're actually doing this. So we'll pop number 1 off. The reason why I was saying I really needed to get this thing tuned is this thing is running super rich. She's blacked out pretty good, but that's okay because we're gonna put the new sparkulators in. So we got the new sparkulators. So where is it? Right there. The new sparkulators are ready. So we'll go ahead and throw these in. So you want to be extra gentle with these old motors, and what we're gonna do is when you have this boy in place, we're gonna torque her down to about 350 foot-pounds. I'm just kidding. Pranked y'all. So you're actually just gonna crank her down nice and tight, do another little quarter turn, and that's it. You don't need to go crazy with these things. So that was this sparkulator wire, so we're just going to grab some and see if we can match the length. This one is not the right length. Neither is this boy. Neither is this boy. Neither is this boy. So, might have gotten, might have bamboozled myself because these lengths are not exactly the same as the previous ones, but we can still use the same concept where we just take whichever ones are longest and match it with the longest one, and, you know, vice versa, and make it work that way. So I believe this is the shortest one. Let's see. Which one of these is the shortest? Okay, so the shortest one goes on this end. That would be this boy. So, pop the short boy in place, and we can throw this one out into our use later pile, and that's in place. Okay, so just a little bamboozle here. Wrong order. This one goes here, and this one will go into here when I'm done. But first, pull out that plug and see what's going on in there. This thing is wet. It's drenched in oil. On the top it's oily, but then down at the bottom it's black. Not very good looking, but we'll go ahead and put some new plugs in this boy too. Oof. That is a nice charred plug. That's okay, I've seen worse. New boy goes in. Oof. This is gross. Pretty foul, pretty black. So basically what I can get from this is that the carb up there, where is it? So this carb here is running super rich and dumping in way too much fuel into these, and it's just building up so much carbon on these plugs. But that's why I'm gonna get it all tuned up. There you go. Now she looks all cleaned up and minty. And that's as far as I'm going to do on the tune-up myself. I have a professional do the rest. Now let's move on to thermostat. Okay, so grab a little 1/2 inch boy. See what it looks like in there. So she's pretty gross, but it is what it is. It's not too much gunk. Yeah. She's clean. Usually there's a thermostat, right? Isn't that where that's supposed to go? Don't we usually put thermostat? Well, I guess the previous owner forgot to put the thermostat in there. That's no problem. So we'll go ahead and take that gasket off, which is super gooey and rusty. And we can look at how the new thermostat will sit. So before installing the thermostat, I'm just going to go ahead and scrape off the surface of any old crud that was there with a razor. Just kind of make a better flat surface for the new gasket to adhere to. Mint. Just a little bit of crud. And we'll try to scrape away from the entrance of this. What you want to do is fill this with like a paper towel or a rag and then scrape. Which is definitely not what I'm doing, but it's okay. Because this is my car, not yours, so you don't have to worry about the repercussions. Okay, plop that down into place first, and then we're going to put this gasket on top, this way it can actually sit properly. So once everything's in place, go ahead and grab your bolts. Squeeze those boys down in place. So that's in place. I'm going to try and squeeze this boy back on. So just kind of the last thing I'm going to do here is just put a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads here from the oil cooler, just for me to feel safe. Just put a little bit. Don't need a whole lot. Just enough to catch the drippy boys. And yeah, this will then be able to squeeze into place like so. Oh, kind of hard for me. Knocking everything over. So one of the tricks is when a car is pretty much always overheating, you don't want to do this, but a lot of people will remove the thermostat as like a last ditch effort just to keep the car from frying up. And I did that on my old Civic before because it had a lot of overheating issues. But what I'm thinking is somebody did that to this car as it might have had some overheating issues. So they went ahead and removed the thermostat, which is kind of spooky. But on the bright side, I did just install this oil cooler and a new radiator that should cool things down by about 45% more. I don't know how much the oil cooler is going to cool it down by, but if it even will. But it's what it's designed to do. But more for cooling down the oil more so. But I guess same thing, oil temperature, engine temperature. But yeah, so I gotta figure out what coolant to put in this bad boy. I can go ahead and put oil right now. I'm gonna have to put a little bit more because we're running extra system now, right? Okay, boys, that's pretty much all I want to do today. That cardboard's there just so the fins on the radiator don't get all squishy. But yeah, so we tightened up all the pipes, all the hoses that go into the oil cooler now. Those are good with Teflon tape. Installed the tune-up kit on this boy, new spark plugs and whatnot. Got the new thermostat in there. I don't know why there wasn't a thermostat in there before, but hopefully it doesn't affect too much stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna have the whole car sent out to a professional to have the carbs touched up once this coronavirus stuff is done. So who knows when that is. I can drive it as is, but I don't really want to. That carb that's closest to the firewall is giving me problems. It's a little bit rich, but maybe I'll learn how to fix it myself. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. I'm gonna work on the exhaust another day and finish tightening up everything from the inside on the dash that's loose and figure out why I have no dash lights. That's something I gotta work on. But yeah, so that's it for today. Take care, comb your hair.